We have 2 minutes. People are joining. Move stuff around. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Gabby. How's everyone doing today? Good. Grab my water. I'm behind on that today. Gabby, you're so funny. Don't you worry. It's early by you. I think, what is it? 6? All right. 10 o'clock. Giving everyone a few minutes to join. Checking the Facebook group. Sometimes people do some last minute things. How's everyone doing this morning? Oh, it's only 8 there? Oh, why did I think that it was earlier? I know we have a couple of people joining from online right now, so I'm just going to give everyone one more minute. From the last time that we all were together, have you met a new client? If you have, go ahead and drop a 1 in the comment. That's if you met a new client that you potentially could work with. This is not working today, but that's okay. Perfect. Awesome. All right. Has anyone closed on anything? You could drop a 2 in the comments if you close something. Awesome. Congratulations. I love that. Celebrate that success. I love it. I love it. And drop a 3 in the comments if you, sorry, I'm switching screens right now. If you signed a new listing. So those of you who are coming on, welcome, welcome. Awesome. I got 2 new buyers into contract. Yeah, congratulations. I love it. I love it. I love it. I had a new listing go live, doing a lot of um, fun stuff with my probate that we're working on right now for my seller who passed away. Super fun. And right now, we are still talking about working with seniors. And how many of you are actively working with seniors in your market and you have senior sellers or buyers that you're working with. You could just put a yes or, yep, I am. You could put a yes in the comments. How many of you have had a smooth transition with it? I see Melissa said shaken no. No, sometimes it can be really challenging, but it is rewarding. And here's the thing. At the end of the day, our largest segment of sellers are seniors. It's almost at 60%. And our largest segment buyers, pretty much seniors at 46%. So, oh, I love lots of conversations. That's awesome. Does anyone have anything that they are stumped on that they want us to review? I always want to see what's going on with you before I get into what I want to talk about. Has anyone had a success story that they would like to share? Or any challenges that we want to talk about? Go
Well,
ahead.
I'm a little challenged by I was with the I think I mentioned to you I have a dear friend that is now has dementia,
Mhm.
and we're trying to I've got the property listed, but we're also trying to go at it from a reverse mortgage, and it's just so I went to the bank with her yesterday to make sure because she's missing payments on her equity line and not making her management or her HOA payments. And I mean, I don't know how you, it's just like every second, it's the same question over and over and over and over, and has no idea why we're at the bank. And it's just like, I can only take a couple hours of it. I can't do all day with her. It's just, I don't know what we're going to do if we get a contract.
Yeah, the thing is that when you have these things happen, you're working on the power of attorney for her, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you gotta get
Yep.
that. You
Well,
definitely gotta get that.
the lender doesn't want it done that way until after we get, if we can get the reverse mortgage, but we don't know that we can because she's been late on her equity line. So
And you can't go, well, you got a couple of things that are not
I do.
working in your favor right there,
Yeah.
unfortunately. But you're definitely going to need that power of attorney to help.
Yeah.
And when you have, um, hold on, someone's having a tough time. So you definitely would have some challenges ahead of you, and the lender doesn't want you to do that because it's going to slow up the process. And but at the same point in time, someone can change on a dime, right? Her
Yeah.
ability to comprehend can get worse.
Yep.
And so you're in a double-edged sword. So you got to kind of start working on both
Yep.
simultaneously so that you can ensure that you're covered.
Yeah. Well, that's exactly it. And I talked to her family, and everybody's kind of like, well, it's two sisters. One is hard of hearing, one has dementia. So it's like you can't talk to. I got to holler at the one person, and that's what I'm afraid of. I'm afraid of if I do too much, she's gonna say I don't remember any of this and what's going on. And yeah, it's kind of a difficult balancing act. But
Yeah, and it's very interesting, but this brings me to something I was thinking about over the weekend. I've had all this training for Alzheimer's and dementia, but none of you have. You might have gone through your own experiences, but you don't
right.
have the same tools that someone working in one-on-one with seniors in the industry, working in senior living, working in the hospital, working at home care or home health, hospice. None of you have that training. So I would like to know from everyone, would you be interested in taking a class on that? Having a professional come on and guide us into some redirecting of how we can help our clients the best without us getting burnout. Because I'm listening to what you say, Melissa, and I'm hearing that's burnout. It's typical burnout. And when I worked in senior living, my favorite part of the day was around 2:30, and I would go into memory care and I would just relax and have some fun with my residents. But that took years for me to build that because I knew how to interact with them. And it's not something that you can get some redirection type skills. But at the same point in time, it's like when they're repeating questions over and over and over again to you, or they're very nervous. So it's coming across like, and you're just trying to help. And I always tell you the best thing that I do, I just breathe. I do the Mel Robbins thing. I count to five backwards. And I'm like, okay, you could do this. But even it gets the better of me as well. It gets the better of all of us, right? Because it's like you're trying to help them. And when you're constantly there, it's a lot. So I think this would be really fun. I know a lot of you wrote yes in there. I'm exploring some options because I don't want like a 30-day class. I want to do something like a couple of days so that you can digest it, come back, ask questions, right? So it's like a multiple day course in a sense, or some sort of a seminar that we can learn. Certified dementia practitioner is something that I have had explored in the past, but they don't work with real estate agents because normally they want to certify you, right? And they won't certify non-clinical folks. So that is something that I've been working on for a couple of years, but I just keep hitting roadblocks with that organization. But I found another one over the weekend, and I was thinking this would be a great tool for everyone because as we grow within this segment, you're going to come across this, just like Melissa said. And it's really challenging sometimes when you call your senior clients and they don't answer the phone because they can't hear the phone because they turn the ringer off and now they can't find their phone. And you have to go get paper signed. This was me yesterday. And I called 3 times and wasn't there. So I literally drove over. I drove over to the senior living community. This seller, because I'm selling their house. The seller's car was there in the parking lot, walked all over the community, went to their room, they weren't there. And I was like, okay. So I went back down to the front desk of the concierge. And I was like, do you know where so and so is? And they're like, oh, well, they haven't signed out. I don't know. I don't know where they were. But their house was only like 5 minutes away. So I was like, you know what? I got to drop some stuff off at the villa, the house right now. Let me go do that and then I'll come back. And when I came back, I was like, what am I going to do if I can't get this signed right now? Because it was time sensitive, right? And I walked back up to their room. They were in there taking a nap, but they weren't there before. and and so, we got everything signed. And then later on, that seller called me and didn't save my phone number and said, hey, I got 3 missed calls from this number. Who are you? And I was like, it's Felicia. I was like, don't you remember? We met earlier today. She's like, oh, okay. I was like, save my phone number so that we could make sure when I do call you, it's me and it's not some strange number calling you. But I do think that that would be helpful for everybody. So I'm going to take a look into that for us, probably late June, early July, because it's going to take some time. Just writing myself notes. And I'm going to be out of town for a little bit, but we do have a woman coming on talking about a little bit more in depth on the dementia signs and warning signs and ways that we can help our clients, right? So that will be, I think it's the second week of June, she'll be coming on. She's Dr. Catherine Kirkshank, and she has been in, oh, geez, she's so many accolades, but she's been in senior living in multiple different faucets, as well as working for the Alzheimer's Association, if my memory serves me correct. So she'll be on the second week, the second Wednesday of June. So that's coming up too. So I think all of this is really helpful for us. So I'm glad you all want a little bit more information. And we're going to keep moving on. Now, make sure that you're following us on our Facebook page. I put it in there for you. And then also, when you do become a member, we do have a private Facebook page as well. And Gabby De La Rosa is on here. She is located in Texas, and she's one of our students. And they put together an accountability group to keep everyone on track, which I hear is doing fabulous. So if you want to reach out to her, you can for that, because they're doing a great job with that. And then they let me know if there's any bugs that are happening in this system, which is very helpful. And I'm excited today to share something with you all. Are you all ready for my super huge announcement? All right. So I have been working on something for eons, and you all are the first ones to know about it. So aren't you excited? You can put some hearts up. You can let me know if you're excited. I'm excited. My daughter was actually proud of me because I created a directory, and the directory is for referrals along with folks that we are going to be driving here who are looking to sell their homes all over the US. And this is going to be something that is new for me, and I've been working on this for a long time. And once you there's three different ways to join this, but I'm going to explain them to you. But once you go through our blueprint system, you do get senior transition specialist certified. So that's going to be a badge that's going to be on there for you, but it's going to be a directory, and it's all about working within this demographic, setting you apart from everyone, being able for someone to go, the adult child to be able to go somewhere to get some resources. And this is just the first intro for this. So this is going to be set up as a nationwide website. First phase is to get this referral program up and running. And right now, we have 3 people on because we did some tests and it was working. So we have a map approach where you can look on the map. There's also going to be a state and specialties where you can search. And then there also will be a list view. Now, Gabby, I see where I have to fix our photos aren't showing up. But photos will be up for those who are going through the senior mentorship program. You will get a highlighted, listing, and they'll email you directly, get your website, your phone number, everything's here, along with a short bio and how many years you've been doing this, right? And then what your specialty is. The cool thing about it is they search in 2 different ways. And for those of you who are members, I will be sending this link out to you today, along with a little video on how you do it so you can join. So for those who are already part of the Blueprint program, this is all that's going to be included for you. It's free for the first year. And then if you want to keep this going, it's $49 a year afterwards, because we are going to be putting targeted ads out to get people to this page. So right now it's not a moneymaker for me. It's just paying for ads, nationwide ads for people who are looking to downsize, move into senior living, who's their trusted, vetted folks, right? And you fill all your information in and you submit your application. I do approve applications to make sure that we don't have, a doctor coming on here, because it's just for real estate agents. So we're keeping it all here for right now. There is a free membership option where you could put your name, city, state, zip, phone, email, and it automatically renews every year for you. You can do the paid membership for $49 a year, which is the same as the senior mentorship. When you're part of the blueprint, you get that included for your first year. And it's just a thank you from me. And I have a private invite for those. And once you are done, let me just click back here. We're going to load this up. And we have people right now who are on our platform from every area of the US, including Canada right now, that are part of our platform. So we want to blow this up, and I want to have this weird color orange or tan dots all over the map. So first off, do you like this? I am going to put in the chat really quick. I'm going to just stop my share because I can't see the chat from here. I'm going to put into the chat the website to join. Now, remember the website, it's free to join if you want to try it out. And we're going to be loading it up. So once I get to at least 100 people in this, it's got to be 100 people. I want to make sure that's when the ads are going to start going out so that we can get people integrated into this. Okay. So can you all just try that link that I put in there? I'm so excited. It took me a while. I learned coding. So it took me a while to figure this out. And for those of you who are gritty girls, I talked to Raven about this. Raven spoke in Austin, and she was like, you can do it. You can do it. Just so she kind of told me, this is what you do, and this is how you write in there. So I'm super excited about this. And it's a big achievement of mine because I was going to get a whole website built. They're so expensive, and custom websites. And so the link worked. Oh, this is very exciting. So I'm really excited. You're the first group of people that know about it. No one else knows about it. Well, except for my team members. So I do have a small team, and they are starting to get loaded up on this. And this is part of their benefits so that they get all the senior blueprint for free. Everything's included. Like, this is all included for them. And we make sure that we are getting everything out into the universe for far and wide, because as we're all learning what senior transition specialist is, right, and working with the largest segment of sellers. I know Mike Casey's comment is hysterical. I have to tell him he's got to go and change that to something a little bit more professional. He said, because I am the best. I have some characters that work with me, and we like to keep it interesting here. But as this grows, and there's going to be a lot more announcements coming. So this is just like, I like to roll things out in baby steps. So you all are getting kind of like the insider look on what's happening, because in about a month to a month and a half, this is going to evolve into something much larger. So these intimate calls right now, where we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 12 people on here just about. It's great that we're nice and small right now because you get to ask me as many questions as you want. But once a few things drop, it's going to get a little bit crazy. So I'm really excited, and we want to grow. We want to grow this to be the largest Facebook group that we have. So please, I did up top here, I'll put it in the chat. Join the Facebook group, invite folks who are from your office or from your brokerage that are interested, because we have to grow this so that we could have 1,000 agents on this directory. the more folks that we have on it, the more people are going to get driven to it. And then the more referrals everyone's going to get. So this is something that we are building and we're vetting everyone so that we make sure. So I'm the admin. I have to approve everyone. Like I said before, we want to make sure that this is working properly. So we're kind of beta testing it right now for the next, I would say 2 or 3 weeks. It's my beta test so that we make sure to work all the kinks out. And then from there, it's going to go crazy because more and more folks, if you live in hurricane region like we do, this is where people start thinking, maybe I don't want this big home anymore. Maybe it's time for me to start thinking of condo living, 55 and over, senior living options. This is where I pick up my most listings that I have all year. Every June, July, and August, we pick them up. And the same should be happening if you live up north with the winter. And how do we do this? Well, I'm going to give you the quickest tip on how to do this. You create an emergency preparedness guide. I'm going to see if I can pull mine up as we're talking about this. And the emergency preparedness guide could be for anything that has to do with weather related and emergency preparedness. Senior living communities love these. You can share them with them. You can co-brand them together. Giving you some great ideas right now. And you could use them as a lead magnet. So I'm just typing mine in, hurricane preparedness. So I do 2 hurricane preparedness. And it's for my 2 counties. I'm just opening up my Canva. And what I do is I put an emergency preparedness on the front, and on the back, I put all of the county resources for emergencies. So I'm going to show this to you. And for those of you who are entering into off season, isn't this the perfect time to start figuring out what this is going to look like for you? Can you all see my screen? Someone say yes, because I can't see you all now that this. Yes. Okay, perfect. I heard a yes. Well, I think I heard a yes. Okay. So on here, this is my hurricane preparedness, emergency first aid, food, pets, accessories, paperwork, right? This is a QR code to my website. Then I say flip. Second page, I got emergency hotlines from the sheriffs, police departments, all the way down, American Red Cross, hospitals. We have a couple of hospitals here. Utilities, other, post office, fish and wildlife, Coast Guard. And it's all going to be area specific for you. Fire departments, government buildings, including debris removal, which is a big one for when there's an emergency from weather related, right? And then I also have additional items not to forget. Senior living communities love these. Home care companies love these. I drop ship them to them and I co-brand them. And you can create this. It doesn't matter where you live. You can create this if you live in the Midwest and it's tornadoes and it's tornado season. It doesn't matter if you live in California and there's earthquakes, whatever, mudslide, whatever it is, emergency preparedness. You don't have to call it, like I call it hurricane. It can be emergency preparedness list. That's it. And use it as a lead magnet. Go ahead, do your videos. I start dropping one. I do 1 a month right now. And in June, I'm going to be doing 2 a month, 2 videos a month. Well, I'll be dropping it and say, hey, it's time to get our emergency preparedness together. I'd love for you to have my free checklist. I drop it for them so that they can get it and say, drop the word hurricane and I'll send it to you. I see there was a comment. Let me just go back to the stop share. So I love this template. Members can get copies of our template. Gabby says nothing happens in El Paso. Well, I get leads here. Don't you get fires? You get nothing? We get fires too. But here's the deal.
We don't get fires, flood, nothing happens here.
Nothing.
Nothing. There's a
Power
lot.
going out. Power, emergency preparedness. I've always wanted to do this is funny, but not funny. Um, I did a clean out with my team last summer, and the house had like every apocalyptic type item inside. And it had like extra stoves, outside, all these crazy things, right, in there. And I was like, should we do like a zombie show, like type of a video? Like, this would protect you from zombies because it was like flamethrowers and they had all these crazy things inside of it. But think about it, there are people who like to prep, you can just call it emergency preparedness. It's still great information for people to have. I normally don't put it on shiny paper. I try and put it on, I have one over here, printed. I try and put it on something that is easy for people to use and hang up on the fridge. I don't do magnets. I just don't, because I want them to be able to utilize it. So I print it on regular letter paper, and it's super easy to use, right? But at the same point in time, it's a great tool and resource for you to drop off at a senior living community and say, hey, I'd love to be able to co-brand this for you. And so, Gabi, even though you don't have weather related, emergency preparedness is a thing. Everybody wants to be prepared. Some people prep with, 6 months of food in their home. Some people do, some people don't. But Gina wrote, we don't have hurricanes, but we do have tornadoes here. Same thing. It's emergency preparedness for anything. I just brand mine to be more towards hurricanes because we live in Southwest Florida. Hurricane season starts in 3 days, right? Well, 4. And so right now, we want to make sure that everyone is prepared for that. And so it's a good thing for you to get started on what could work in your area. And like Gina, you don't have to write tornadoes, just emergency preparedness. Because what happens when people see those little things, they're like, oh, I don't want to click on that. I don't want that. It's going to bring me the bad juju, right? You've heard of people say that, like, don't breathe life into it. I don't want it. So emergency preparedness, if you just call it that, which I might change mine over to emergency preparedness, because when people hear hurricanes, they're like, we don't want any. And I've been doing this emergency preparedness, or hurricane thing for 6 years. And I guess I would have to reprint everything, but it really doesn't matter. It does bring me clients, and I get into some move-in packets with it. And there's one home care that has me into their new client packets as well. So I drop ship them a few hundred a year, and they put them in there for me. And they let me know when they're low on it. So I do it by county. I'm on the border of 2 counties. Melissa, you're on the board. You're on a few counties too. And you can just try it out and see. And when they do sign up for it from me, I have them in exchange for their name and email. They get to get one of these, and they get to pick from a drop down which one they want, and it automatically sends it to them. So I have that as a landing page from my website, and it's pretty easy. And then you can just share that website link. I have it from my CRM. So just so that how you connect it. I use Bold Trail. What do you all use for your CRM? Do you use, I don't even know what that is anymore, Chime or Lofty? It's Lofty now. Yeah. I use Bold Trail. There's a ton out there. They all have a way to do a landing page, and then you can attach a PDF to it. Now, the one thing that I do when I do download this, I don't do a photo. I download it as a PDF from Canva. And everything I do is always on a Google Drive. I don't know if all of you have a Google Drive or not. But when you do a Google Drive, I'm just going to show you real quick. When you do a Google Drive and you upload something, so this is my headshot because I used it this morning. When you open up your file or your photo, right? When you open this little puppy up and you go to share, I'm sorry, this is in my way. Anyone with the link is there, and I copy the link and I can enter it as a link once they give me all their information on my landing page, and this automatically gets sent over to them and they can just print it. It's easy, it's seamless, it really does work, and you get leads from it. And then I make sure, depending on, because everyone's got a different CRM, and you can ask somebody how to set up. I know there's so many tools for CRMs. Like if you go to the help button on the right hand upper side, you could say, how do I set up a landing page? And it'll walk you through. You could automatically tag them emergency preparedness download so that you know who they are. And especially as you're putting out your newsletters or however you reach out to your folks to drip to them, you're able to drip it over. But this is a great thing. It's a lot of people's off time right now. It depends on where you live in the US. You could be ramping up, but something to think about as the time comes. Get yourself prepared and think about what are some of the things that you could do for yourself too, right? For what you need to be emergency prepared. I'm all about that. All right, any questions, thoughts? I know we went 5 minutes over, sorry. Kimberly, what are you thinking of changing from Lofty? Oh,
I'm going to switch to bold trails.
I like Bold Trail. I used Chime before it was called Lofty, and they all changed. Like KV Core used to be Bold Trailer, and they merged, and now Bold Trail I found out owns Real Geeks, or no, not Real Geeks. They own Bold Trail owns Boomtown, and Boomtown's going to be kind of merging into Bold Trail. It's very interesting because I was on a call with them last week. But I do like it. It's easy.
Lofty,
And
to me, Lofty is a lot easier. Is a lot easier to use, but with my funnel pilot,
well, you're breaking up a little.
if I use bold, so I'm switching.
Okay. I understand. And it's a personal preference and what you get used to. I do like having a good CRM that we can bounce off of. And Bold Trail does have an open house app that drives everything in there for you too. Oh, Bold Trail owns Boomtown, and they took over KV Core. And I learned that 2 days ago because I needed to adjust my team setting on Bold Trail. So I had a kind of a one-on-one with them. All right, my friends. So real quick, if you're not part of the Facebook group, join the Facebook group. If you want to be a part of the Senior Real Estate Finder, I'm going to drop that in here. Please use it. Make sure it works. I'm going to go and check all the admin stuff in the back office. Let us know what you think of it. Write a comment on the Facebook group for those who weren't able to join today to say, hey, you got to watch the recording because something fun was dropped that's going to change the way we view real estate right now. here, and we want to make sure that you're front and center, that you're getting referrals from all over the US because people are migrating everywhere. And we want to make sure that all of your hard work that you're putting into this is turning into sales, right? Because at the end of the day, can't eat. We're going to try and pivot and figure something else out that we can make sure that we eat, right? All right, my friends, as always, reach out to me for questions. I hope you all have a great day, and I'm going to pop this onto the Facebook group soon. Please help us grow that page. A lot of fun stuff, a lot of action items for you today. So check out the Senior Real Estate Finder, help us grow the Facebook page, write a comment to let people know what they missed today and how cool it is, because I think it's cool. All right, have a great day, my friends. Bye now.